Holding items was introduced in Generation 2. Being able to give your Pokemon an item have been important in the metagame, but it became prominent in Generation 4, where players was able to play online. This made battle items much more important and made competitive play much more fun and strategic. There are a variety of items you can let your Pokemon hold. For example, if you want to boost your Pokemon's speed, you can give it a Choice Scarf. If you want to gain residual health every turn, you can give it Leftovers. Or if you want to protect your Pokemon with hazards, you can give it Heavy Duty Boots. There are tons of options. Unfortunately, each Pokemon can only hold one item, so pick the best item that is suitable for it. Today, we're going to talk about the top 20 items to hold for 6v6 singles. We're going to discuss why it's good, the drawbacks, and the type of Pokemon that is good for that item. I will be excluding items that is specifically for certain Pokemon, like Booster Energy for the Paradox Pokemon. And guys, if you guys really like this content, please like and subscribe for me. That way I know that I'm uploading the right content and should post more of these. And with that being said, let's get started. Mirror Herb is an item that was introduced in Generation 9. This herb will allow the holder to copy an opponent's stat increase, but only once. What makes it good is that there are lots of boosting moves like Sword Dance, Dragon Dance, and much more. However, it only works if your opponent used those moves, or you have a Pokemon like Revivify or Grimmsnarl to use Swagger and copy stats that way. Mirror Herb is completely situational. That is why it's number 20 on the list. If the holder of a red card is damaged by an attack, then the red card will remove the attacker. This can be beneficial for your team, depending on the Pokemon that comes in. However, red card is completely random and can bring out a Pokemon that you cannot even switch into. If you are going to play with red card, I recommend you use bulky Pokemon like Amoonguss or Corviknight. That way you can use moves like Spore, or you can use U-Turn to gain momentum. Power Herb is an item that makes moves that takes 2 turns to use, makes the move used in 1 turn. For example, moves like Phantom Force, Dive, and Solar Beam takes 2 turns to use. However, with Power Herb, these moves are used immediately. The drawback is that it can only be used once, and if your opponent predicts that you have a Power Herb and switch into a different Pokemon that wasn't intended for the move, not only you lose an item, but the next time you use that move, it'll take 2 turns. Throat Spray boosts the special attack of the holder when using sound-based moves. This can be extremely beneficial for Pokemon like Scarlet, who has the move Torch Song, which boosts its special attack by 1 stage. Pair Throat Spray with a fast and hard-hitting Mon, and you got yourself a powerhouse. However, once you switch out, then you not only lose the boost, but you lose the item also, which is why it's ranked number 17. Covert Cloak is an item that makes you immune to moves with secondary effects. Moves like Flamethrower and Ice Beam will not burn you or freeze you. But the main reason for Covert Cloak is the move Salt Cure. Salt Cure is Garganacl's signature move. It does residual damage every turn and does more damage if you are a Steel type or a Water type. The reason why I ranked it higher than the others is because Garganacl is a behemoth in the OU tier, and unlike residual damage moves, Salt Cure is there until the Pokemon switches out. Putting Covert Cloak on a Steel or a Water type is the most beneficial. However, Covert Cloak is mainly for a Garganacl. Yes, it does remove secondary effects, but most players would rather take the gamble of those moves because there's a small percentage that those secondary effects is going to happen. Black Sludge, like leftovers, heals you every turn. However, the holder of Black Sludge have to be a poison type. Black Sludge can be beneficial in a few ways. Like I said, Black Sludge can heal you if you're a poison type. However, it does damage if you are a non-poison type. If your opponent used Trick on you, and that Pokemon is a non-poison type, it will receive residual damage each turn. Clodsire and Amoonguss are the best holders for Black Sludge. They are both bulky, and they tend to have tons of status moves. Knowing this information, some players would rather trick their Choice Scarf item and get the Black Sludge because these mons are such a threat. Loaded Dice was introduced in Generation 9. Moves like Icicle Spear and Bullet Seed tend to hit 2 to 5 times. However, with Loaded Dice, they tend to hit 4 to 5 times. Loaded Dice is a really good item. Give this item to a Dragon Dancer Baxcalibur and he'll run rampant with Icicle Spear, or a Sword Dance Breloom and he'll be really tough with Bullet Seed, especially if its ability is Technician. Evia Light boosts defenses of pre-evolved Pokemon. What makes this item good is the Pokemon that's able to use it. Chansey, for one, has pitiful defenses, but give it Evia Light and a bold nature, and it'll be able to take a lot more physical hits. Give the item to Bishop, and you'll see how much of a hard-hitting tank he is. But the downside is that fully evolved Pokemon cannot use it. Heat Rock and Damp Rock are both items that prolong the weather. Weather was permanent in Generation 5, but in Generation 6, it got nerfed to 5 turns. Players with Rain and Sun teams want to keep their weather up as much as possible. This is where the Weather Rocks come in. Giving you an extra 3 turns of weather can be extremely beneficial for your team. If you are running a Sun team, it's best to give the Heat Rock to Torkoal. If you are running a Rain team, it's best to give the Damp Rock to Pelipper. The reason why it's so high up on the list because there are abilities that involve weather, such as Photosynthesis and Swift Swim. Light Clay is an item that prolongs Reflect, Light Screen, and Aurora Veil for 3 extra turns. Having Reflect and Light Screen up is extremely beneficial for your team. Not only it helps your frail or hard-hitting Pokemon defensively, it also brings defenses to your tankier Pokemon. I'd recommend giving Light Clay to Pokemon with the ability Prankster, but just be careful of Pokemon that has Infiltrator, like Dragapult. And guys, if you made it at the end of this video, please like and subscribe. If this video gets more than 20 likes, I'll post part 2. I really want to know if I'm uploading the right content. Although I like posting Wi-Fi battles, there's much more that goes on besides 6v6 singles and double battles. However, with your help, these videos will let me know that I should post more content like these. And don't worry, Wi-Fi battles will always be recorded on this channel. I'm just saying that there's a lot more that goes on this channel besides that. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and I am out of here. Peace.